YouTube, what's good? Apizzel90 back again with another video. And now it's time for me to review WrestleMania 29. Last night was WrestleMania 29 from New York, New Jersey, MetLife Stadium. Whoa, that was, just to say the very least, it really wasn't that good of a show. But we'll get into why it wasn't. Starting off with the Intercontinental title match on the pre-show, Wade Barrett versus The Miz. Why did The Miz win in this? They really don't have good chemistry. Wade Barrett and The Miz really don't have good chemistry. And to have The Miz as a babyface win the Intercontinental title, just mind-boggling on the pre-show nonetheless. And the fact that he uses the absolute worst variation of the figure 4 leg lock I've ever seen in my entire life. That is absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. But either way, The Miz is the new Intercontinental Champion. I'm not going to rate that match because I did not see it. But I did see it this morning. But if I had to say, probably 1 out of 5 if I had to choose. If you forced me to rate that match, I'd probably give it a 1. All right. Now we get on to the actual show. We start things off with a Hurricane Sandy video, and then we get a shot of the crowd, and then we get another video highlighting WrestleMania, and then we go to another shot of the crowd, and then we get our first match, which was The Shield taking on The Big Show, Randy Orton, and Sheamus. I thought it was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it, but it is getting a little frustrating seeing the good guys, again, not being able to unite effectively, and The Shield walking away, again, with the win. But it's The Shield. It's their WrestleMania debut. It was an okay match. Orton's heel turn didn't happen. Everybody said it was going to happen. I knew it wasn't going to happen. Everybody said it was going to be Randy Orton turning heel, but no, it was The Big Show instead. I'm going to give this match a 2.5 out of 5. Next up, we got Mark Henry versus Ryback. Oh boy, it was nothing special here. It was kind of a weird match, really. Why have Ryback, an upcoming star, who the audience was clearly into, lose to Mark Henry, a 40-plus-year-old with a long history of not being a clear hit with the audience? Why have that guy win over a guy who's clearly over? I don't get it. But this was a clear-cut scenario of a good, clean win, being a boost for Ryback, and Henry won in a slow match that had a really, really hilarious finish. Ryback goes for the shell shock. Henry falls on top of him. 1, 2, 3. And then after the match, Ryback hits the shell shock, and pretty much, he hits it, and it didn't really mean anything because he lost. I'm going to give that match a 1.5 out of 5. Simply because of the finish. It was hilarious. Next up, we got Team Ziggy versus Team Hell No. That is Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston versus Daniel Bryan and Kane. I really liked this match. It wasn't off the chart amazing or anything, but it was fun. A good classic tag match. I thought Langston looked pretty good, and Ziggler was entertaining as always. I didn't mind Hell No retaining the tag title belts either. I really liked them, and I don't know what they were talking about really prior to Mania. Ziggler had won 6 or 7 matches in a row, and then Team Hell No wins. Either way, I'm happy with it. Team Hell No successfully retains the Tag Team Championships. I'm going to give this match a 3 out of 5. Next up, we got Gotta let the A's breathe. Fandango versus Chris Jericho. It was a good match. I actually like Fandango as a bad guy. I think he is absolutely hilarious. If you have seen my live reactions video, you can tell the people I was watching it with, hated Fandango. They were pulling for Jericho to win. I told him Fandango was gonna win, and wouldn't you know, Fandango win. And I get that he had to win, but still, having Chris freaking Jericho, a however many time world champion, lose to a guy wrestling in his first match as this character just seems a bit silly. But overall, it was a good match. I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. Next up, we got... Oh, wait, hold on. Before we get to that next match, we got the piss break. We got the Diddy performance. Yeah, because there wasn't any Divas match, which is absolutely stupid. But, yeah, the Diddy performance. The crowd was absolutely dead for this, as they should be. Diddy played most of his hits, but he didn't play I'll Be Missing You, which I was really looking forward to. And that stupid, I'm coming home to the world, I'm coming home. That song was played like 500 times throughout the night, and count it 501, because it was played live, and it, once again, sucked. That was pretty much the whole lowest point of the night, in my opinion. That was the lowest point. Next up, we got Del Rio versus Swagger. Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger for the World Heavyweight Championship. I was really expecting a lot more for this match, and while Del Rio walked away with the championship, with the belt, it was fairly a paint-by-numbers type of match. It didn't really, blow me away. It really wasn't that good. I was really hoping Ziggler was going to come in. The crowd wanted Ziggler to come in. It didn't happen. It was a bad match. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. It was not good at all. Yeah, because it was all Swagger, and then Swagger, they were outside the ring. Swagger was beating the crap out of him. Throws him back in, and then Del Rio hits the cross arm breaker, and he taps out. What the hell? It's absolutely ridiculous. Now we get to the 3 main event matches. Starting with the Streak. The Undertaker versus CM Punk. Compared to his previous WrestleMania matches, with The Undertaker, this wasn't really that as amazing as people like to say. Don't get me wrong, it was still a hell of a match. But it just... I don't know. I don't know. But there is something about WrestleMania that brings out the best in The Undertaker, and he shines. Only if it is once a year, it's definitely worth it. Because his only match last year was the Hell in a Cell against Triple H. And this year, his only match is probably going to be against CM Punk. And it was a pretty good outing for a guy who's almost half a century old, or maybe he is a century. But the entrances were great, as always. Living Color played CM Punk to the ring. The Undertaker with the fog and all the little hands trying to touch him. That was kind of weird. But yeah, it was a really good match, really back and forth. I liked it. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. Next, I'm going to give it a 4. 4 out of 5. What am I, stupid? I'm going to give it a 4. 4 out of 5, yeah. Next up, it was not the best match of the night, but now we get on to the match that I thought was the best match of the night. Triple H versus Brock Lesnar in a no-holds-barred match. If Triple H lost, he is gone. Finito. Adios. TKO. Arrivederci. You get the picture. I love this match. It was really intense. It was definitely, by miles, better than their match at SummerSlam. And also, this match told a better story than the one at WrestleMania, because something was up for grabs. Triple H's career. There were a range of great moves. Tables broke. Weapons were used. Shawn Michaels interfered. And like we predicted, Paul Heyman would get a little bit of sweet chin music, and he did, thankfully. Um, Lesnar did some incredible throws and some awesome bumps. The Kimura lock exchanges had me at the edge of my seat. I was absolutely didn't know who was going to win. Yeah, this is the thing about WrestleMania. There is always one match on the card, whether it's from the beginning or whether it's at the end or in the middle. There's always one match that you don't know who was going to win. This for me was that match, and that's the match I'm looking forward to the most. Is the one I don't really know who will win. And Triple H won, and I'm going to give this match a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Definitely the match of the night, which brings us to the main event. The Rock defending his championship against John Cena. For the record, just to start things off, no, this match is nowhere near as good as their match from last year. Nowhere near. But it was still enjoyable, to say the very least. Yeah, the beginning was slow, granted, but it picked up, and the final 15 minutes were pretty good. There was a exchange of finishing move, pinfall, kick out, finishing move, kick out, finishing move, kick out, and so on and so on and so on. Building and building and building to when Cena hits the AA and The Rock loses his championship to John Cena. The finish was good. The post-match scene between them was really, really cool. I don't care what anybody says. I like this match a lot, but it wasn't the best match. It was not the second best match. In fact, it was the third best match. I'm going to give this match a 3.5 out of 5. And yes, once again, the champ is queer. John Cena's the champion, by the way. Overall, now get to the overall rating. A lot of people will complain about this show, and I don't think it was the best. And it was down. It was pretty much down there. Like when it comes to WrestleManias as a whole, a lot of rematch-a-mania, you can pretty much call this. But a few of those delivered, a couple of those, and it just didn't. This one just didn't feel like WrestleMania once you got an hour into it. You know, the 3 big matches, Triple H, Lesnar, Punk, Taker, and Rock Cena definitely saved it from being one of the worst. But it's still pretty bad. Now, my overall rating for the show, don't hate me. This is clearly my opinion. It was not worth the $70. It was not worth $60. It was not worth even $50. Out of 10, I'm going to give this, no pun intended, Bret the Hitman Hart, I'm going to give this 4 out of 10. It was not good. Let me know what you guys think down below or in a video response. Till my next video, this is A-Pistol90 saying peace out, baby. See you guys later.